Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to be having a bit of a chat about Summoner Appreciation Week, which is arriving next Friday on the 24th of August, and again, it's going to span for a week until Friday the 31st. Now, I think generally the community reaction to Summoner Appreciation Week is heavily summarized by the meme currently, which is top of Reddit, which is the I expect nothing, I'm still let down, which is very true, man, very true. I think July was arguably one of the worst months in terms of game performance in MCOC history. We had 18 days of overheating issues, which affected pretty much every single device. Even on the iPhone X, the game was getting extortionately warm, and I'd have combat lag in really long fights, and for lower end devices, it was just completely unplayable. Like, it really screwed over a lot of people that were playing the game, and yeah, it was entirely Kabam's fault as well. And at the same time, we've just had the server go down so many times. It's probably been at least like 10 to 15 times in the last month or so. There's been so many technical difficulties going on. So there was like a fairly middle bar in terms of the expectation for compensation, because again, arguably in comparison to all of the previous mishaps, one of the worst months that we've ever had in Marvel Contest of Champions. However, before we start on the breakdown, I also want to give a bit of a shout out to this meme, which I really enjoyed, man. This was a high effort meme from Super Duper Boo on Reddit, who has photoshopped, what is it, a ragtag version of the Fantastic Four. With Kamala Khan, Ghost Rider, we've got Hood, and also Korg as, what is it, the Thing as well. And I thought this was just a fantastic meme, man. So massive shout out, massive points there. That's some high effort meme. But anyway, let's have a little bit of a chat about Summoner Appreciation Week and all the stuff that is going to be arriving. And again, if you remember, roughly about this time last year, we had Summoner Appreciation Month, so a lot of this stuff actually spanned for a month in comparison to a week for, you know, a delayed thing on the 12.0 and the dashback issues that we had earlier last year. So yeah, this is just, you know, being a week, 25% of the duration for a lot of the stuff. It's not the best time. However, we do have in this week a global boost, so all summoners level 6 and above will benefit from a temporary 20% booster, gold experience and battle chips earned in the contest. So if you've got any arena crystals, got any gold crystals, you want to wait until next week to open them. Additionally, we'll also be adding a 10% increase to your champion's attack and health to give you an extra advantage all week long. So you know, there's definitely a good perk for this. This is always a very nice boost to see, because it helps you level up fast, and especially in the Gwenpool Goes to the Movie event, you want to hit level 40 as soon as possible. So that's going to be helping out some of the new and progressing players quite a bit. And also for the people that are treading about in endgame, the 10% increase to your champion's attack and health is kind of a nice bonus for those who might be looking to make their first Labyrinth run, or do some additional paths in Labyrinth of Legends 100%, or, you know, just smash out Uncollected, or go for Act 5 100%. So yeah, it's important, you know, if you've got progression around the corner, maybe to try and make the use of this additional bonus week to try and climb a little bit higher there. So there's some nice stuff in terms of the global boost. Also, we're gonna have the Halls of Healing returning every other day. So it says the Summoner favorite Halls of Healing event is coming back, and ladies and gentlemen, we all know the Summoner favorite event is the Gold Realm. Kabam, you cannot tell us what the Summoner favorite event is. That is for us to decide, and it's definitely the Gold Realm, man, but not the gimped one that we have, the OG Gold Realm, man. That was so good. So yeah, apparently it's going to be on alternating days, and it's not going to cost any energy. There's also going to be no map cost for Alliance Quest, which is something that tends to come back quite often in Marvel Contest of Champions. You know, it's fairly common, but to be honest, no map cost for Alliance Quest kind of should be a thing in the first place already. And again, with this next one as well, reduced energy cost for Act 4. Energy requirements for all of Act 4 quests will be temporarily dropped from 3 to 2 energy per step, which again, should have been something that was made permanently to the game about a year ago, because the Act 4 rewards, you know, it's such a long and tedious thing to do, and it's so expensive in terms of energy that I think a lot of smart and savvy rapid progressing players don't even bother with Act 4 100% for a very long time. So yeah, that's kind of, again, you know, these two are ones that I consider like permanent changes that need to be made. And then finally, we have a special Summoner Appreciation gift. So it's kind of like a choose your own package out of 5. So there's going to be Arena 1, which has stamina refreshes and boost. You've got an AQ Alliance Quest 1, which has Health Potions, Revives, and Loyalty. Alliance War one, which is going to have Team Health Potions, Revives, and Boosts. You got the Questing one, which has Energy Refills and Class Catalysts. And also a Universal Gift, which will give you a little bit of everything. And also, they're going to contain a few constants, like 1,000 times 5-star shards, and some units, Team Potions, and Revives. Once you choose one of these gifts, the other gifts will no longer be made available, but you'll be able to choose your gift once Summoner Appreciation Week begins. And finally, there are going to be Summoner Appreciation Crystals, which you can claim every 7 hours. I feel like they've had something similar to this before, so there's not much information. And one of the things that does make me very, very skeptical is kind of the lack of information on exactly the quantities of stuff, apart from the 5-star shards, which 1,000 5-star shards, you know, it's an alright chunk to get, but we've had like server downtimes where we've had like 1,000, 2,000 5-star shards before. So I would say for the current state of the game, you know, it's not overly generous. It's not overly generous to give you, you know, 1/10 of what could be like a 5-star Colossus or somebody that's going to be fairly useless. So yeah, I think that's kind of like the overall thing. Is like, you know, all of this stuff is nice, and you can't argue with that at all. Like, it's like, oh, a nice little boost, but for the scale of everything that happened and how much of a pain in the ass it was, and for something that, you know, Kabam caused serious problems for a lot of alliances for 3 weeks, and a lot of frustration with server downtime, it's just like, oh, nobody feels like overly appreciated. Like, this to me feels like, okay, like they sat down in a room and said, look, lads, we have been getting way too many posts on the forums titled compensation question mark. What is the bare minimum that we can do to stop getting those posts for a little while? Like that, at least that is exactly what this seems like to me. So yeah, I'm not overly impressed with anything. You know, some nice little bonuses, but I think for kind of the scale of the issues, man, like they kind of picked the wrong time to be stingy, and it's not really damaging their profits to, you know, be a little bit more generous to the community. I feel like, you know, the more they give to the community, at least the more happy, you know, it makes you feel good about it. And you're like, if you get a good compensation package, or in a month like December, I was very happy to like additionally spend and kind of buy some more crystals and waste a little bit more cash, because, you know, I felt appreciated. I felt like I was getting some good rewards on the side, and I felt like you know, Kabam really wanted to reward their players, and they were doing some really good stuff for the right time in the game, and I think they really did nail December last year. It was an absolutely fantastic month with all the Summoner Anniversary stuff and also the Christmas event. So yeah, I don't know, man. Like, there are many ways of looking at this, but just on its own, I feel like the Summoner Appreciation Week does look a little bit underwhelming, and these compensation packages, again, are a little bit underwhelming for kind of the scale of the issue and how many people and how many alliances were affected. It was just a really, really crappy month for Marvel Contest of Champions. But at the same time, I do really like the Gwenpool Goes to the Movies event. I think they did a banging job on that, and I think with that event alone has actually made it arguably one of the best months that we've ever had in Marvel Contest of Champions, but I believe it's still slightly behind December. However, yeah, Gwenpool Goes to the Movies, man. It's a banging event, and a lot of this stuff for newer players is going to help them reach that and get the potential 4- and 5-star champions there. But also, just to quickly show as well what the Summoner Appreciation Month was last year. Again, it ran June 5th to July 4th, and essentially it had the Global XP boost, but then every single week, kind of additional stuff was added on it, so it didn't start with all of the stuff, but just kept on getting added and added and added, and you could get Alliance Team Revive from the Glory store. There was also a significant reduction in Alliance Quest map costs, so map 5 was free along with map 4 for an entire month there. And then also we had the Halls of Fortune, which, you know, is essentially the kind of gimped gold realm, but it's still pretty good, man. Still a really, really decent event. Appeared every 24 hours, so they didn't skip a day like the Halls of Healing are going to. So I missed the Halls of Fortune, man, and they were active for the first week of the month. And then we had, what is it, the week 2, we had Mastery Cores in the solo events. The cost to rank up a mastery for this week was free as well. And then week 3 we had donation bonuses for the currency. Week 4 we had trade potions as well, and I believe there was even more stuff weaved in. I forgot exactly, but I remember it just kept on getting better and better Summoner Appreciation Month, and I feel like last year they did a much better job with the appreciation event, and also, you know, those 12.0 packages, man, with the 5-star Awakening Gem, and all of that stuff was just absolutely crazy, but they were meant for readjustment in a period where, you know, a lot had shifted in the game, and also a little bit of compensation as well. But yeah, I guess the underlying thing is I kind of just feel like they could have done a little bit of a better job. They had a really, really good opportunity to, you know, wow the community and be like, damn, we feel appreciated. But instead, it just kind of feels like, again, they have done the bare minimum to stop the spam of compensation question mark posts on the forums. But I don't know if I'm being a little bit too cynical or not. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think of Summoner Appreciation Week in the comment section below. Apart from that, thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, feel free to smash that like button. Take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.